All right, we are joined here by head coach Bev Yanez. Bev, if you could just start us off with your opening thoughts on the game, and you can look at the laptop, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously, first game on the road, bringing a point back and a shutout. Obviously proud of the group. I think we had a lot of opportunities to obviously create some goals. And I am just incredibly proud of the group and the opportunities that we created. And I think obviously if we could put some of those away, it changes the game. But again, walking away with a clean sheet, walking away with a point on the road for the first road game, I'm proud of the group.
Questions for Bev? Steph, go ahead.
Thanks. Hi, Coach. Steph Young from The Athletic. Obviously you talked about, a lot of opportunities. I'm just wondering what you were seeing that maybe that final touch or the conversion or the final decision making was lacking.
Yeah, and I think for us, right, you talk about what it takes to create those types of opportunities, the moments of brilliance, the ideas in the moment. And they were putting themselves in incredibly good spots. I also thought Jane had just a few good saves tonight. And so I think for us, it's just continuing to test teams. It's continuing to be ruthless in the final third and put games away early. And I think obviously I commend the group and very proud of the group for the opportunities that they created. And obviously, again, you talk about getting a point on the road this early in season. But obviously, I think if we can continue to create opportunities and put opportunities away, we can obviously look to grab 3 points on the road.
And then just a little bit more on the defensive end. You guys were definitely winning the duels more, winning the tackles more, getting the ball back more. Just wondering what your read is on the group mentality, because that seems to be as much a mentality and a work rate thing as it is tactical.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this group wants to work for each other. This group wants to be successful. This group wants to prove a point every single game and every opportunity that we have to prove a point of who we are as a club and what our identity is. And I think these players, the way that they recovered, the way they got pressure on the ball, the way they surrounded the ball, the way that they continued to just put pressure in every moment possible, I think it showcases a lot of who they are as individuals and obviously who they are as a collective group. And I think for us, continuing to put teams under pressure as much as possible and continuing to fluster teams is a huge piece for us and what we're trying to do.
Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely.
Becky,
Thanks,
go
Steph.
ahead.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, Becky.
You've been dealing with some injuries throughout the beginning of the season. Jalen didn't start last week. Ari hasn't started or played yet at all yet. DeMello is a late scratch today. Has not having the full strength of the team impacted how the team has played or any of these outcomes at all?
I mean, obviously they're fantastic players, right? The names that those 3 that you've listed, and then obviously KD in that group as well. They're fantastic players. They're very good people and they mean a lot to this group. But for us, we built the roster from a returning standpoint, from the pieces that we added to be able to have the depth and to be able to have players that we know and believe that can step in and make an impact. And so obviously the quality of Sav, J and Ari and KD, it's a big one for our group. And I think for us, it's just talking about the depth that we built and what we brought in and the confidence that we have in those players to come in and do the job and enjoy the job. And I think for us, we're very pleased and very happy for those players that have stepped in.
Great, thank you.
Of course.
Steph, go ahead.
Sorry, just one more from me about Rylan Turner. Far and away your leader in shots on goal in the game. I think she was shooting inside, outside the box, everywhere. I think you mentioned, the work it takes to get into the right place at the right time with Rylan. Do you think it's just a matter of a little tweak and then the ball's going in the back of the net?
Yeah, and I think she just causes havoc, doesn't she? And she's just constantly, she has such a mentality to want to score. And it's something that's just in her heart. It's just something that's in her. And I think it's only a matter of time. And I think we just have to continue to push as a club and continue to convert as much as possible. But we've been very impressed with her and very impressed with her ability in front of goal and just overall how she continues to create havoc, specifically in the final third.
As someone who's seen players come into this league brand new, do you think that mentality is not necessarily, I mean, yes, a lot of American players are very I want to win, but is that particular mentality you think harder to find in rookies in the league?
Well, I think it's just, it's very specific to her and the way that she's come in and kind of this aura and this confidence that she's brought in. And I just think it's difficult to teach that instinct. And when somebody has it, it's very inspiring. And for me, she just raves, all of this energy and all of this confidence in front of goal. And again, I just think she causes so much havoc, and I think it's only a matter of time,
Thank you.
of course.
I have a question from Chris here in the messages, and it's not about the game, but it was announced this past week, the NWSL and Liga MXF tournament. Just your thoughts on hosting Rayadas and how cool that'll be for our team to have a Mexican club here in town.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing. I think obviously as our league continues to grow, women's sports in general and women's soccer specifically continues to grow. I think it'll be an incredible opportunity as we can see the Mexican league continuing to grow as well, and bringing opportunities for us to play different teams, right? Different styles. It was a similar experience, obviously, in Colombia when we got to play the Colombian team, just to play a different style, to experience a different style, and to continue obviously to push the women's game in an incredible direction. So we're incredibly excited for that opportunity.
Anything else for Bev? All right.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys.